say สบายดี สบายดีท่านผู้ชมที่เคารพครับผมข้าพเจ้าดร. ฟาริสแสงในรายการคนนักศาสตร์คนนักประเด็นคนนักพิเศษ3เหล่าทัพทหารกาแห่งประจักษ์ลาวเมื่อนี้ข้าพเจ้าเองต้องขอโทษคณะที่ปรึกษาทุกท่านและหัวหน้าเขตพร้อมด้วยสมาชิกของ3เหล่าทหารกาเมื่อนี้ข้าพเจ้าได้เชิญผู้สำคัญผู้หนึ่งที่มาจากพรรค Republican อยู่ใน Fresno นั้นเป็นชื่อว่า Chairman Fred Vanderhook so Fresno County welcome โอเคข้าพเจ้าจะเว้าอารมณ์กับเพิ่นเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเนาะไปเวลาประมาณได้30-40 นาทีแล้วหลังจากนั้นข้าพเจ้าจึงจะบอกให้รู้จักว่าถ้าถึงเวลาที่พวกท่านจะโทรเข้ามาถ้าจะโทรเข้ามาเว้าเป็นภาษาอังกฤษก็ได้เนาะภาษาลาวก็ได้แล้วแต่เนาะถ้าท่านอยากถามหยังก็ถามได้เนาะต่อไปข้าพเจ้าจะบอกกับเพิ่นเนาะ Hi, how are you doing, Mr. Fred?
Fine, thank you.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Honored to be here.
Thank you. All right, so what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about the democracy for Laos and then democracy for United States.
Right.
So we know the United States, all we have democracy. It's freedom country, free of speech, free of a lot of things, okay, that I can't mention, more than I do, right? So today I want to see if you have anything before we go into the point. I want to ask you if you want to say something on your behalf to the public.
Sure.
Today.
Sure. Well, thank you. It's a great honor to be here, and I'm a school teacher in Fresno, California, and I've taught in public schools for about 32 years. A lot of my students have been Laotian, Hmong, Cambodian, and so for 31 years I've talked to parents and I've talked to students, and I have utmost respect for people in Southeast Asia that had to fight the communists in the Vietnam War and then had to flee across the jungle and the Mekong to Thailand and eventually to come over here. So I've heard so many stories over the years.
So you know a little bit about Laos,
right?
And Cambodia,
yes,
and South Vietnam.
Yes.
Okay, after the Vietnam War, that's ended in 1975.
Right.
So that's when the refugees start coming towards Thailand.
Right.
And then eventually fly out to the United States and all over the country, around the world.
Right.
So because that doesn't mean we don't like the communists, but the communist doesn't follow the rule.
Right.
The communist doesn't follow the the treaty,
right,
or the accord.
Right.
So that's why it turned into the conflict. It's not the way they are agree on the accord.
Right.
In 1973, when Laos signed, both party, Communist Party and Democracy Party, signed in peace to cease fire in Laos.
Right.
Okay, so both party was happy.
Right.
The people of Laos happy. Allows the war in Laos over. Okay, but it's not. It's not the way they planned it. It's not the way people want it.
Right.
So in 1975, that's when the communists took over the country of Laos.
Right.
By supporting by Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Okay, actually it's not Vietnam, Hanoi's.
Right.
Okay, so they not respect, they not honor the treaty in 1975. So I want to let you know that we're here today. We try to campaign for United States, okay, to help out our country to get out of Vietnam, because Vietnam took over Laos over 43 years without behind the scene, and then nobody know about it. Mostly the United States might know, and the other country might know, but they just can't talk.
Right.
So as I am as citizens of Laos, Laotian, so we can't just ignore it. So we have to keep continuing, campaign for freedom, for Laos.
Right.
So many people, billions of Lao people will suffer, for the last 43 years. So and then Lao it's disappeared from the United Nations, list, as the independent country and democracy. So we're here today. We want to ask your opinion, about Laos. So you heard a little bit about Laos,
Right.
and the story that from the day one to now.
Right.
So, what do you think about United States? So, we think that they're going to help us in the future, or you have any idea?
If the United States can help in this situation, it will be President Trump. And President Trump is very strong. He's done things that we've never seen before. He's meeting with China. He's meeting with North Vietnam in a couple weeks, I guess. President Trump knows that he needs to be strong, and the United States has to be very strong in around the world. This takeover with communists, it's happening in South America. Venezuela is falling apart. Most South American countries are communist. And then you got Asia with Vietnam trying to take over. And then, of course, in Europe, we're seeing Brexit in Europe. The English are trying to pull out of the European Union. So you can go around the world, every continent. And communism, socialism is very strong. We have socialism in this country. We just see in the news just the last 2 days the Democrats have taken over the House of Representatives, and it's difficult for us to get bills, Republicans to get bills through, because we have to get through a bill to become law has to go through the Senate and the House of Representatives. So we're seeing a lot of socialism in America, which is communism light, and so it's a concern. It's still a concern all over the world. So to answer your question, I think it's extremely important that President Trump and the administration and our congressmen and senators, that they know what's going on in Southeast Asia, that the Vietnamese are taking over, have already taken over neighboring countries. And I think it's very important that we ensure that Vietnam follows its treaty. 2 treaties, the Geneva Accord in 1962, but also the 1973 when the Vietnam War ended. They have not been following those treaties, that accord and that treaty, and President Trump has enough influence around the world to ensure that Vietnam will follow these treaties. And I think that's
hope.
what it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, all the Laotian peoples, even in the country right now, okay, 3/4 of the Laotian population in Laos, they not agree with the government, okay, but they have no options to speak to government, okay, no option to talk against the government. No option to talk about what the government doing wrong.
Right.
So everybody fear for their life.
Right.
So they don't want to talk about it. They talk to us.
Right.
They don't talk to the government. They talk to us. So yesterday we had one call from Laos, and only like maybe not even 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
He called into the show. He said he called from Laos.
Right.
Okay. He supported. And is supported to call for Geneva Accord and Treaty Accord. Okay, it's the right way we have to do, right thing we have to do. But the Laotian people in Laos, they will be on our side. They will be on our side when that come through.
Right.
So they cannot talk at all. But how are we gonna send this message to the world, or to the United Nations, or to United States government, to let them know that people in Laos need help from the United States, especially the United States is number one.
Right. You know what? We need to get Trump elected. This election is in California. The primary is 13 months away, March of 2020, and then that's an election year for President Trump. President Trump is fighting, just like all of us are in different ways in Washington D.C. Many people want him to fail, and we need to get him elected. I think he has a good chance of being reelected. Many people in America know that he's fighting for them, and he's very strong. If we get him elected, there'll be 4 more years, and we have I think, a better opportunity at that time for him to engage in Southeast Asia.
I'm with you on that. That's why I am a big fan with President Trump.
Yeah.
So I have President Trump pictures here
I see that.
in my room. So I have more hope with
Right.
President Trump to
Right.
fight against the communists.
Yes.
I know President Trump. He doesn't get along with the communist
Right.
system.
Right.
So he fight the best he can.
Right.
So I see his mind. I see his route.
Right.
So where he going?
Right.
Okay, that's why I'm asking for Laotian people around the United States who live in the United States. Please vote for President Trump in 2020, because there's only president that can help us in the future to change Laos to the democracy system. So if anybody, the new generation, young generations, listen to this show and watch this show, so please understand what we try to do is try to help get President Trump re-elected in 2020. So in order to vote, you have to sign, you have to register to vote and become Republican member, right?
Mhm. Right.
Okay. So, and I know that many people in Fresno, especially, might know Mr. Fred, because he's a teacher. You're a teacher, right?
Right.
Yeah, they might know. You guys might know him very well. So, if you need help to sign, to register for Republican, how you don't know? So many people don't know how to do it.
Right.
Okay. So don't afraid to call me, especially.
Right.
So they got my number on the screen. So that's the only hope that we have right now, because we don't want the Democrats to take over the House.
Right.
If they do, we don't have no hopes no more.
Right.
For the last 6 years, 7 years, 8 years in the past, President Obama just signed up $93 million to clean up the leftover bomb, UXO in Laos.
Yeah.
Until now, the bomb's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all the money's gone. So we don't know what they use that money. So besides that, lots of country try to get Laos out of poor by pouring money into Laos, pouring a lot of stuff, mostly money, into Laos to bring Laos out from out of poor. But those money doesn't go to the poor; it goes to the government pocket.
Right.
And then the government pocket claiming they don't have money, they don't have budget.
Yeah.
So and then United Nations or any donor country, they don't follow up with the money they put in Laos. So what's your thing on that one? What should we do with those money?
Well, so the money isn't. There's no accounting for it. Then is that what you're saying?
Right.
And we don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we've got to get President Trump, our Secretary of State Pompeo, and to find out what has happened with these last 8 years with Obama. I think if you take, I know that if you give countries freedom and you take away the communists coming in and socialism, people will do very well on their own, and we can give them funds to get them started. But if this money is not found, I think it's very important to give freedom to the people in that Southeast Asia.
Okay, let's get back to the Geneva Accord. Laos became an independent in 1954.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, French gave Laos to be an independent 1954 after French lost Dien Bien Phu, lost the fight to Hanoi. Okay, and then after 1954, United States went into Laos and tried to support loyal Laos, okay, to stand, become an independent. Okay, for 30 some years, 1954 to 1975. Okay, the whole time, okay, we got supported by United States, but nowadays, it looks like I don't know about the elders, the elders folk who run the politics on this, but it's my turn here, so I step up and I was reviews back to since 1975 when the Laotian people start flee out from the country and then set up their own group to fight the communists. Okay, some people fight in their own land, some people fight overseas. Try to get the Lao government. Try to get the Lao government to respect the law, to respect the treaty.
Right.
Okay, because we have both sides signed the treaty just to become peace, to become a democracy. Okay, but we got betrayed by Communist Party.
Right.
So many Laotian people who live around the we call third country, who live in France, who live in Canada, who live in Australia, who live in Japan, who live in the United States, they all united back in the 70s and 80s. They are one group. They try to submit the proposal to Euro government and to United States government to help to reconcile the treaty and Geneva. It seems like it didn't work, and then because it seems like nobody really pay attention.
Right.
Nobody wants to do it. So it took 40 years, 43 years now. So everybody tired, everybody kind of gave up.
Right.
And many people of Laotian people,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Laotian people, who flee out the country because they didn't like communists. Now they go back and support communists. And then they bring the communist system to United States.
Many people that were against communism went back, and now they're right. Okay.
And then bring the
right
communist system into United States.
Right. Yeah.
To brainwash the mostly the old generation.
Right.
Try to be not to fight back.
Right.
And then they give them more room. Not freedom. It's more room. More room means you have to have money.
Right.
To talk to government to go back to Laos.
Right.
You got to have $5,000, $10,000. Before the United States set the limit, cash limit to take home.
Right.
They brought like $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 back home. Okay, from welfare.
Right.
From welfare money.
Right.
Okay, because Laotian people back in the day, they're very, very, very stingy.
Right.
Okay, they don't spend money because they keep money.
Right.
Okay, many family have $50,000, $60,000 in the family. Okay, and then where those money go? They go back to communists because they got brainwashed.
Right.
So it's hard for us now. It's hard for us to get together and to be one group and to submit the proposal to United States.
Yeah.
So I am one group beside the other 5 or 6 group, but we talk to each other, we share idea, we exchange idea. Okay, but we have too many groups. Try to call United Nations, try to call United States to bring back the peace, to bring back the accord and the treaty.
Right.
So to me, I went to Washington D.C. last month in March. So I was supposed to go back again next month in March to hand out the proposal.
Right.
Okay, to call for peace in Laos. Okay, but we've been doing this for over 40 years, and there's nothing changed. So I hope this time of the year, President Trump can hear us, can hear Laotian people, because now we have broadcast over the internet webcast. Not only this station, we have too many stations. Around the world. So and then every country have a hope with United States.
Yeah.
So without United States, and then it looks like we're going to lose our country
Right.
in the future,
Yeah.
because in the past, since 1954 to 75, so we survived because United States.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
United States protect us.
Right.
You know, we talk about homeland security.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as President Trump always say that America's first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then homeland security is first.
Right.
That's his slogan.
Right.
So and you know that,
Right. Uh-huh.
right? So we have troops all over
Right.
many countries.
Right.
That's protect American freedom. Laos could be one of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
you know, airlines too.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about the security,
Mm-hmm.
because Laos right now, it's under China,
Mm-hmm.
it's under Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
it's under Russia.
Right.
Okay, the three countries.
Right.
Every country they have their own troop in there.
Right.
Okay, the Lao government cannot say no. Part of it, half of Lao from the north to the central, owned by China, and then from the central to the south, owned by Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
and then Russia just came in lately, about a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
So they have their own troop in there too.
Hmm.
They bring in their own troop too. The United States, I don't know what happened to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I sent a letter to President Trump, talk about, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the United States supposed to have, you know, the security talk in Laos,
Right.
because Laos used to be part of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So if the United States wants to have power in Asia, they can't just depend on Vietnam.
Right.
They have to depend on Thailand. They have to depend on Laos.
Mm-hmm.
The two countries, Laos and Thailand, it's a very strong ally with United States.
Yeah.
If the United States can help bring all the peace back,
Uh-huh.
bring the treaty back, bring the accord back, okay,
Yeah.
United States be able to
Right.
go back into Laos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so right now, if without the treaty and without the accord, we're not going to have no
Yeah.
freedom, especially in the future. Laos will be disappeared.
What about the Philippines and Japan? Are they able to help at all in this, or not strong enough? Or
No, back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
in 1973, 75, when I was in Laos,
Mm-hmm.
because after they took over the government,
Mm-hmm.
they become a communist country. They set up very small group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 10 to 15 people in one group,
Mm-hmm.
and they have one speaker that talk about they want to take over Laos. They not take over Laos. They say take over America.
Mm-hmm.
They win.
Mm-hmm.
Their victory. They win America.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't say they win Laos because they say America they terrorize our country,
Yeah.
which is not.
Right.
So they said the next step they're going to move on. They're going to take over Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that they're going to take over Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, that time they have a lot of communists in Philippines,
Right.
a lot of Vietnamese
Mm-hmm.
in Philippines, in the island.
Yeah.
Okay, but the wars twist.
Yeah.
Okay, so and it slowed them down.
Yeah.
So take them 40 some years try to take over Thailand,
Right.
but they can't do it
Right.
because it's international law.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Vietnam's still poor that
Mhm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam's still poor. They have more population. They don't have no support.
Right.
They don't have no support. They lean on Russia. Russia is cracked down. Russia,
Yeah.
become breaking apart.
Right.
So that's why Vietnam came to United States in 1991,
Mm-hmm.
asking for support, asking for help
Mm-hmm.
from the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, but now Vietnam becomes more modernized, more
Right.
richer.
Right.
Okay, but Laos, why not Laos? Why not Laos ask for United States
Yeah.
for help
Yeah.
straight, without passing Vietnam?
Yeah. That Yeah, they should go straight to the United States.
They
right,
should go
yeah,
straight to the
right,
United States.
Right. Taiwan too is China is getting so strong in East China Sea, South China Sea, and it's like Japan in 1930s, late 1930s, early 40s, where they wanted to take over all of Southeast Asia, and now we have history repeating itself with China getting so strong, and I know our president and our government sees that, and I think from what you're saying, Laos is a key part of that. Because they're right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You got Thailand on one side, you got Vietnam on the other, Cambodia, and so it's crucial that our government sees that and ensures that the treaties are followed. So very important for the future of the whole region.
You agree with us,
region.
right?
Yeah.
You agree with us.
Yes.
So we need to recall the accord and the treaty.
Right.
So we're going to try our best. We're going to try our best, to bring back the treaty and accord in 1962 in Geneva and treaty Vientiane in 1973. So without the treaty and accord, Laos will not become independent again, and Laos will not be under the democracy system again. The communists took over Laos for over 43 years without knowing it. Only the Laotian people know. The other country doesn't know. So how are we going to make it, how are we going to make them heard from us? How are we going to make this happen? So without Laotian people help, we're not going to be able to do it, like I said last night. So we're asking for all Laotian people who live inside and outside the country. If you want freedom and peace for Laos, you need to stand up, get together, and raise your voice together. So President Trump is running for president in 2020. If we support President Trump, if we can set a large group around the United States and vote for President Trump in 2020, chances we should get supported from the United States. People last night when I talk in Laos, I talk about the plane that I got back from Florida. So that's only the verbal. It's not in document. So just the verbal. We can change the thing around. We can plan. We can still go on in our plan. Okay. So don't feel bad about last night's show. Anyway, today, Mr. Fred, he's a Fresno County Republican Party chairman in Fresno. And I talked to him one time in his office, and I promised him that we try to campaign for Republican in 2020, and then president for the United States in 2020 must be President Trump. So without President Trump, we're not going to be able to see freedom in Laos. So today, anything else you want to say about your behalf on Republican Party?
Well, we realize in California is the largest state in the country, 40 million people, and we have many Asian people in LA area, in the Bay Area, and in Fresno, and we need you also. I think we need each other with this situation in Laos. But again, we do need not only to vote for President Trump, but we have Republicans, many of them lost in this last election, in the LA area, in this area, Congressman Valadao in this area.
Mm-hmm.
We need more Republicans to run for Congress again. One thing about Congress, you can run every 2 years, and so we need more Republicans to run. We will get Republicans to run,
mm-hmm.
but we need the Asians to vote for freedom, and because Republican Party understands and wants freedom, and we want to be strong against communism. So that's my message is to vote for Republicans. They call it down ticket, lower ticket races, Congress and even state assembly and state senate,
mm-hmm.
because we need each other at this time of history.
Yeah. Not only for President Trump. So we need to vote all Republicans for Senate, for
Right.
Congress, and for the House representative,
Right.
lawmaker. So Laotian people. After short break, when I come back, and I was speaking Laos. So right now, so I'm gonna talk to Mr. Fred. If you have anything to say more, or you want to recruit Laotian people, if you have any plan in Fresno, what you're gonna do on the campaign for 2020.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say?
Well, we're getting out the vote right now for a local race in North Fresno. There's a vacancy on the Board of Supervisors. We're strongly supporting Steve Brandow, who's running for the Board of Supervisors. I want to say we need people to run for office too. We need Asians to run for office. We have local offices like school board or city councils, and people who run for those get experience, and then they can run for a higher office later, and that's very important. And so we need people from all backgrounds to run for offices, because coming into Fresno, coming into Los Angeles, the Bay Area, are left-wing socialists that are running for these offices, the lower offices like city councils and school boards. Well, we need people may not think that you can run for an office, but it's fairly easy to run for a city council seat or a school board. And Fresno has 15 cities, small cities, and it's fairly easy to run for a city council seat in some small city like Sanger or Kerman or something like that. So, but that's true anywhere in the country, anywhere in the United States. We need more Asians to run for office, and those who understand what the war is, a cultural war. It's a war against freedom and communism. So, yeah, we need people to run all over the country.
Yeah. Let me translate it.
Sure.
โอเคเพิ่นบอกว่าเอาน่ะอยู่ใน Fresno County หรือว่าในทั่วสหรัฐอเมริกานี่แต่เพิ่นจะบอกใน Fresno County ซะก่อนเพราะว่าคนเฮาอยู่ใน Fresno นี่คนลาวเขาบ่เข้านี่หรือว่าเอเชียทุกๆชาตินั่นแหละเพิ่นก็อยากให้คนเอเชียนี่มีสิทธิ์ในการเลือกตั้งเขาแล่นรับใช้หรือว่าเขารับใช้เขาเฮ็ดการอยู่ในออฟฟิศเช่นว่าโรงเรียนบ่ต่างๆบ่จังซั่นโอเค we're going to take call. I don't see the number. Hello? Okay. เพิ่นต้องการว่าจะให้พวกลาวคนลาวเขาเข้าพร้อมด้วยสบายดี
ท่านดร.พาลีสบายดีโดยขน้อยเหมือนพอกล่องนะตัวมือไปสอบตัวนี้อย่าขอร่วมนำทานเลยครับเชียร์สแมนกันได้บอก
เจ้าบ่โลดเราภาษาอังกฤษก็ได้
โอเคนี่อันนี้นะขน้อยอย่าว่านะท่านเทศจะถูกต้องเลยเด้อท่านเด้อถูกต้องที่สุดโอเค I support you okay I am number one in Stockton area we support Republican okay first of all my name is Kong okay I came here to United States 1978 July I arrived at Travis Air Force and I was sponsored by USCC then I'm look at this one okay I am now looking at 40 years in Laos not saying look like Dr. Pali expressed to you sir I would like to support you and Dr. Pali okay we are Laotian people right now we think that's a great job okay he is doing with you and with the President Trump a couple of days ago I have seen this okay this now is if I can give you this I am number one will do the support okay in the future Republic running for their office and I also support President what he's doing He's looking to protect the country, protect the people in the United States. We don't want to leak the border. This is great. Then I support 100%. And I would like to talk to Dr. Pali to express about communist activity in the United States. Okay, but they have a lot right now. And as well, Dr. Pali, no, I met you at the Weldon Street. Okay, we drive out the communists. He brought the ambassador to there, and campaign propaganda. All the communist system, communist ideology in our Laos, who escaped from Laos. We escaped a life. We escaped for survival. We have betrayed a lot now. That I have opportunity to see you and Chairman Pratt in Fresno, Republican. Okay, I would like to support you. I live here in Stockton, but I will support your party in the future. Yeah, I will talk to my friend. Okay. I will talk to my friend and anybody I know here. Okay, we will support because I see that in Laos right now is no change. The communists need only money. They don't like us. They don't like us at all. We don't want to support the money for them. We want them to change. Okay, the communists come into independent. Okay, let Americans go in there to work together to build the country. Okay, we want that. We want that. Okay, Americans go and help those Laos who poorest people. And like right now, if you look at the video and if you understand the language about a neighboring country, there's a lot of communist people that drive our children, okay, young children, 13, 14 years old, to neighboring country and be a prostitution. This has never happened. I never seen in my life. I am 63 years old right now. It's sad. It's very sad. I hope this. Okay, our president will work this. In the future, the president
so many. Excuse me, 1 minute. He said so many young kids from Laos, underage, become prostitution in Laos and outside of Laos.
Become
prostitution.
Oh! I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah. So and underage.
Right.
Okay. Remember they did. United States government went into Cambodia, I think it was 20 years ago, to clean up the prostitute houses in Cambodia.
Okay.
So many American people got arrested.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Dr. Pali. Okay. And Mr. Chairman. And I like to say this. Okay. About the cell activity in the United States. What should we do in the future? Should we call Homeland Security? We should call our police, or we should report the governor about the communist activity here, okay, running around here and lying to the Lao people here, grab money, I call a crutch, okay, G-R-A-F-T, crutch, and the corruption right here, and take this money to Lao and support Lao communists for nothing, okay, they take the money into their own pocket. Right now, there is no change in Laos. No change. I know that the fact. Okay, I am pleased, Mr. Chairman in Fresno. In my view, the only Republican can help this. Okay, I went to Palm Springs. I went to Palm Springs that we protest that we are close to 200-300 people. During the President Obama invited, I think, 10 countries for Southeast Asia. I was in the CNN and I was in the BBC interview that I told same thing like I'm telling you right now. Okay, but the communist is nothing, nothing. Corruption, crime. Okay, taking the money. Okay, everything. Okay, the people are going to open school. They have to buy the job. They have to pay the job. They have to pay everything. They are liar. They are liar. I read the book that all the communists they are nothing but the truth. They talk something that way, but they do in this way. This is the fact. That I would like this. Okay, Chairman. Okay, consider think and consider is my giving this to you and to Dr. Pali this I am very sad. I'm happy today. You and Dr. Pali have opportunity to talk, and I am proud of to support this, and proud of to help Republican, and proud of to protect this country, and proud of to work to the don't want communist activity and running around here. That I would like to get this done. Get this done. If I can get this done, the communists, we don't need them over here. This like they said, some of them they came to the United States political asylum. At the end, it's not a political asylum. They are sent that by the communists to spy us, to spy United States, to spy what we call espionage. If you understand what I say, espionage. In here, we have a lot of. I have evidence in here. I have their rank. I have their name. I have their everything over here. I am. That's all I need to say right now. And Dr. Pali know, and Dr. Pali aware. Dr. Pali took the camera and during the advance at the Weldon Street in Fresno. That day.
Okay, excuse me.
March 17, 2017.
Let me ask
Thank
him.
you.
Let me ask him. Maybe he can answer the question. All he
Okay.
talk
Thank
about.
you. Okay. I'm gonna close my. I close. I don't have anything to talk anymore.
Okay.
I close my conversation right now. That I am pleased.
Okay.
To Mr. Chairman, Dr. Pali.
Final
this
question.
thing, okay.
The last question, not final. Last question. Do we want United States to help us out of a communist system in Laos? Do we still need America to go back to Laos?
Why would we share? Why would we need a communist in Laos? Why? Okay. Why do we need them? The communist is lie. Okay. President Obama signed $90 million to communists. Bomb is still there. Who knows where is the bomb coming from?
Mm-hmm.
The bomb is coming from, I think it's from Soviet or China. Mm-hmm. I believe. Why do we need them? Why do we need them? I don't need these people. I need a freedom and American. Bomb is still there.
Okay. All right. We need United States. We need United States. We need help.
We need American who can build a country. A minute intelligent here go to open the business there, open the economy there to help Lao people. That I think. Okay. We don't need the communist. Communist is nothing to do with me. That I know the fact. They are liars. You know, this is truly Dr. Pali speak to, and I know the fact. You know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Pali and Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
So, what he said is, number one is, how do we stop the communist propaganda in the United States? Because the Lao government is sending more people into the United States to brainwash and propaganda people here, to spread out the system to the United States. You know,
China is too.
China's too.
China's getting
There
into our
we go.
universities.
Yes, you can go ahead, sir.
Right. Yeah. China is getting into universities in Australia, Canada, United States, and other countries, and they're have money, and they're paying for they're giving donations to the universities, and the universities are taking the money, and that's why they're allowing them to come in. So it's a major problem.
If you read, I saw the article this today. The China's government, give $100,000 per person.
Yeah.
Okay, to go to any country.
Mm-hmm.
So I read that article
Right.
today.
Right.
I said I just don't believe it.
Right. Well, and technology, they're engineering degrees. They're coming in, and many of them going back. And with some of our American companies, they're giving up technology, their secrets to get money from
Right.
China. And
Yeah.
And so President Trump is trying to stop that too. In fact, he's going to talk to the president of China here pretty soon, and that's part of the trade. There's a trade deal going on, but part of that trade deal, we want fair trade with China. Part of that is China has to stop taking our technology, and that's what they're doing. So it's a major
China is different from Laos. Laotian people is how can we stop them? I know President Trump sanctioned on visa. Okay, for Laos. Okay, they sanction Laos visa now. They can't come here as much as they did.
Right.
Okay, that's a good thing. But now there's so many of illegal immigration that came from Laos. Okay, their passport expired. Okay, and they're still hiding around. Not, and then they do things illegally. Okay, so what he said is he knows so many of them. So how do we report them? Who do we report it to?
I got to get this straight. So he was saying that there's of the trafficking that's going on.
The trafficking
Who does he report it
and illegal immigrants.
Okay. ICE is what I think the federal government right now. The state government of California is not cooperating with the federal government. And so I think it would be wiser if he cooperated with the federal government, FBI or ICE.
DHI.
DHS, and I think those would be the ones to cooperate with. So
เพิ่นก็เว้าคือว่าให้เฮารู้จักแหละคือเฮารู้จักแล้วเฮาต้องรายงานกลับไปหา DHS หรือว่าไปหา ICE ไปหา local authority ไปหาเจ้าหน้าที่แต่ละเขตคือเฮาเข้าใจนั่นล่ะแต่ว่ามื้อนี้เฮาจะมาเว้าเรื่องเวียดนาม take over Laos over 40 years behind the scene. So they take over Laos by politically. Okay, not by war.
Right.
They take over Laos by politically. So not physically, politically. So we want people here listen to us today. They want to know. I mean, everybody wants United States to go back, in Laos.
Yeah.
To actually, many people want to see United States in Laos instead of communists. So, do you think it is possible? The United States interested in Laos or not?
I don't think the United States is interested in going back in themselves to send troops in. I doubt that, but I think that the United States can do so much by just ensuring that Vietnam follows these treaties, and if they don't, then the United States can affect trade, and with like what they're doing in Iran. Iran is having the most difficult economic time I think they've had in decades, because we squeeze them with trade, and we're not allowing trade to come in from other countries in our country, and so there are things that can be done. We can ensure I would think, I can't speak for the government, I can't speak for administration, but I would think that in these talks with the Premier of China, for instance, there's things that can be said and done to ensure that Vietnam doesn't try to take over the whole peninsula. And if they start doing that, then we would have to cut our trade deals. So those types of things those types of discussions can take place.
Can take place.
Yeah.
So คือเฮาได้ยินเพิ่นบอกไปละมีทางเดียวเท่านั้นที่จะเอาประเทศลาวนี่ขึ้นมาเป็นฟรีดอมได้มาเป็นเอกราชได้ก็ต้องแม่นอิงใส่สัญญา62 73 54พี่น้องก็ได้ยินนำกันอันนี้ก็เป็นเสียงของผู้สำคัญคนหนึ่งใน Fresno Chairman นี่อยากให้พี่น้องเข้าใจคนลาวเขาพวกเฮานี่ทุกภาคส่วนอยู่ในต่างประเทศนี่นะอยากให้เข้าใจว่าการเมืองก็คือการเมืองhuman right ก็ human right คือสิทธิมนุษย์นะมันบ่เหมือนกันถ้าเฮาจะใส่ระบบ human right นี่ มันก็จะใช้เวลาอีกเท่าไรปีเฮาก็บ่ทราบบ่ฮู้แต่คาถาเฮาหันหน้ามาช่วยกันเอาtreatyเอาสัญญาอนุสัญญานี่ขึ้นมาเว้าช่วยกันทุกๆสถานีทุกๆกลุ่มกองเอาขึ้นมาเว้ากันนี่เฮาอาจจะได้ประเทศลาวเฮานี่ขึ้นมาไวกว่าที่อาจจะเอา human right มาเว้า I'm talking about if we use a treaty if we use a accord you know to recall for freedom for peace that would take it would be faster than we use the human right because we did use the human right for over 40 years and there's nothing happened nothing changed and many people is missing in Laos you know people from the United States
soldiers
American American citizens
really
okay they went back Laos visiting but they didn't know their names on blacklist
okay right
okay so they went after they left the country and they didn't get a chance to come home and then the United States tried to find those people but they said they left already their passport checked out visa stamp already so they just let you go out pass the checkpoint and then they just pick you up that's how they do so there's a lot of strange thing in Laos happening in the past that's why we are here and continue campaign or another word they call fight in politics not fight in weapon you know what I mean so many people say fight let's get scared okay there's so many kind of fight okay so we not fight illegally we fight legally by use the law to fight back because Geneva Accord and 1962 in Geneva in Switzerland and then 73 in capital of Laos you know to call ceasefires for peace and it's still active it's still active many people think it's no longer used okay expired already and I told everyone that accord or treaty never expire look at North Korea look at North Korea and United States how many years
1952 or 53
there we go
till now
now he recall back so that's why President Trump's going to go to Vietnam to talk to Kim Jong-un North Korea president talk about to return body remain is that right
I think so
to call to return body American remain back home so same thing with us but we don't need remain we need freedom so we did send this message to President Trump so hopefully upcoming 2020 year 2020 Republican can win the House
win the House and President Trump win the presidency again and have 4 more years
to run so we can get help to bring back our freedom okay anything else Mr. Chairman
India I was the former caller in India I think so India is a key country in all of this too India is the second largest country in the world and we seem to be on friendlier relations with India, the United States. So India and the United States have a very important relationship and in all of this too. And I think, again, I can't speak for our State Department, but I would think that...
I talked to India official, couple person. So, I mean, they have they don't have faith on the government because there's so much corruption
in India.
They said if we have the money, they will work for us. But if no money, they don't talk. So they're all about money.
Could be. I don't know, but I know they're so large, second largest country. Some people say they're even larger than China.
They are the one who signed the treaty. I mean the accord too. India.
Oh, are they? They're one of the 13.
They're on the list too. They're on the 13 list.
India, I think it is corrupt. Most countries are corrupt, but politically. But India is so huge and so big, and they may be becoming more powerful in the future, and so we need to keep them as an ally.
Keep that. See that
So they and
before.
maybe they can have influence,
Right,
and
right.
because they're in Asia themselves, so
Mhm.
maybe they can have influence.
You know,
too.
part of India's, maybe about 60 millions of in there. It used to be a Laos.
Say that again.
About 60 millions of India population.
Okay, right.
They were Laos. They were Laotian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they speak. They have the same tradition,
Right.
custom, everything.
Right.
You know, because Laos used to be so big. Laos used to be
Oh.
large like a China.
In the first part of last
Back,
century, in
back,
19
back in 800 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So China took a lot from Laos,
Mm-hmm.
and then Thailand took a lot from Laos, and then Cambodia took a lot from Laos. Okay, so Laos just left a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very small, smaller than Idaho.
Yeah.
You know,
Tiny. Yeah.
they're very tiny.
Right.
So, but how can you tell they're Laotian? That's just simple. If they eat sticky rice, that's Laotian.
Okay.
And they have a bamboo
All right. Right.
instrument,
Right.
that's Laotian.
Okay.
Yeah, because tradition.
Right,
It
right.
tells you where they, who they are.
Right.
1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So they still
Still do that.
wear the same thing, eat the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really easy. If you can see the sticky rice basket,
Uh huh.
that's Laotian.
Okay.
There's nobody eat
Yeah.
sticky rice besides Laotian.
Right. I didn't know.
Okay.
that.
You can tell right away.
That's great.
If anybody wants to call in and talk to Mr. Chairman, ask him from your idea what you want to know, about Laos, and how can we get Laos out of Vietnam in the future. Okay, please call in. You can speak in Laos. I can translate it for you, or you can talk in English. ถ้าท่านผู้ใดอยากโทรเข้ามาเป็นภาษาลาวก็โทรเข้ามาโหลดข้าพเจ้าสิแปลภาษาให้เพิ่นเนาะถ้าพวกท่านบ่โทรเข้ามาเพิ่นก็สิออกจากรายการเฮาไปได้นี่เพราะว่าชั่วโมงนึงแล้วเนาะท่านธรรมศาสตร์เฉพาะธรรมศาสตร์เนาะท่านบุโซนบ่หรือว่าผู้ใดก็ดีอยู่ในรายการทีวีของพวกเขาในมื้อนี้ถ้าต้องการอยากจะร่วมกับเพิ่นเว้าเรื่องประเทศลาวเฮานี่ก็เว้ามาโลดแล้วข้าพเจ้าจะแปลภาษาให้เนาะคันว่าบ่ซั้นแล้วก็เพิ่นก็จะลาเฮาไปแล้วพวกท่านก็จะบ่ได้คำตอบมื้อนี้เฮาจะมาเรียกร้องให้คนลาวของพวกเขานี่register เข้าในพรรค Republican เพราะว่าต่อไปเฮาจะมีสบายดี
สบายดีท่านดรพาลี
เจ้าสบายดี
เจ้าอยู่กับเพิ่นนั่นบอกไปเบิ่งเจ้าอยู่เดี๋ยวนี้
แม่นล่ะเชิญเลยถามโหลดไปยังก็ถามโหลด
มันก็ค่าไล่เขาโทรบ่
บ่ถามโหลดเว้าแล้วถามมาโหลดเพราะว่า
อันพาลี
เอา
ไป
เสียง
อยากนี่เพราะว่าไผสิซอยพวกเฮาได้
โอเคว่าไปโหล
เรา
ด
ถามตัวไผจักซอยผู้ใดสิซอยเฮาได้
ผมก็ยังบอกเพิ่นว่า he asking who can help Lao to get out of communism so I told him that you already tell that we gotta have to now you want to tell
Yeah, we just need to vote for President Trump.
Yeah.
Make sure that he gets 4 more years. He's fighting many battles against people in Washington D.C. and but he's strong. He's not going to give up, and he's I think the strongest president we've had in our lifetime. So we need to get him reelected, and then he can help in Southeast Asia.
เพิ่นบอกว่าคนลาวเฮาถ้าต้องการประชาธิปไตยหรือว่า freedom กลับขึ้นมานี่ต้องเลือกเอา President Trump อีกเทอมหนึงให้เพิ่นได้อีกเทอมหนึงเพราะว่าเดี๋ยวนี้เพิ่นก็ต่อสู้คอมมิวนิสต์เด้อยู่ในagenda ของเพิ่นก็เว้าเรื่องต่อสู้คอมมิวนิสต์ในอเมริกาเพิ่นก็ปราบปรามคอมมิวนิสต์คือกันถ้าอยากได้ให้ประเทศลาวเฮานี่กลับขึ้นมาบ่มี President ผู้ใดดอกนอกจาก President Trump ที่มีแนวคิดตรงกับพวกเฮาแกบ่ทันบอก
บ่ ข่อยเฮ็ดเวียกกับอเมริกาข่อยประมาณ15 ปีอยู่เมืองลาวหั่นข่อยไปลุกเวียดนามวอร์กับอเมริกาล่ะ
He worked
ข่อยบ่จัก
for
ความสิเว้าแล้วไผสิช่วยข่อย
American
ช่วยบ่ข่อย
in Laos.
ทีนี้ข่อยเมื่อยแล้วเฒ่าแล้วเดี๋ยวนี้
Save
Nah.
pilots, probably helping saving
Yeah.
pilots.
So pilot,
Yeah.
โอเคก็สั่นก็ให้ผู้เว้าผู้ใหม่เว้าต่อเด้อท่านเด้อ
เออ
โอเคเอาขอบใจบ๊ายบายสบายดี
สบายดีเอาคนยังเว้าอยู่เนาะ
เว้าไปโลดเพิ่นออกไปแล้ว
นี่นะเดี๋ยวนี้อยู่มีเขาถามว่าเดี๋ยวนี้อเมริกาผมแม่นจะอันจะถามมาทางอันน่ะเพิ่นว่าน่ะเดี๋ยวนี้เวียดนามเข้ามาครอบครองอันน่ะประเทศลาวเฮาเป็นน่ะ42-43 ปีแล้วพร้อมกับจีนแดงเดี๋ยวนี้มันมีโซเวียตไปนำครอบครองนำอีกเอาเฮ็ดจังได๋พอที่มีอันน่ะความช่วยเหลือหยังได้บ่พอให้เวียดนามกับจีนกับพวกกันน่ะโซเวียตเนี่ยออกจากประเทศของพวกเขาทีนี้พวกกันพี่น้องชาวลาวเฮาทุกข์ยากขาดเกินหลายแล้วดินตอนนี้ทรัพย์สมบัติก็หมดไปแล้วเอาเฮ็ดแบบใดจังว่าเจ้าของขอให้มาอำนาจนี่ช่วยเหลือแด้ตอนนั้นล่ะเพื่อผลิต
โอเคขอบใจ
ทุกข์ยาก
สบายดี
ฮัลโหลสบายดีดร.วาลี
เจ้า รอไปโลด
โอเคที่บอกเป็นภาษาอังกฤษหน่อยนึง
เอานี่ละเชิญเลยท่านเชิญเลยโลดฮะ
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name Boon Bolapan at Minnesota. I am chairman of the American Republican Party of Minnesota. I have served for Republican Party since 1990 to now on. But right now I support Donald Trump. Donald Trump is supposed to be won again 2020. You know that? Donald Trump is a lot, a lot
There you
a
go.
job, a lot of people like him. Look at that. Look at that union address. February 5. Donald Trump speech. He got 97%, and independent is 82%, Democrat 30%. I would say Donald Trump won again 2020. Right now, I campaign for Donald Trump. Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois. I help him out. I need him won again. After he won, and then supposed to be no more communist at Southeast Asia. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
At March 16, I should be there to support Donald Trump or support his Dr. Fari group. I did. Donald Trump won. Mr. Chairman, I invite him to Florida on the March 16. I want to see you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you and God bless America. Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay. What you call? Oh. Okay. What you what you think about the caller? He speak English. You know what he said, right? He support Republican.
Yeah, very encouraging.
Yeah.
Very encouraging.
สบายดี
ฮัลโหล
จ้า
สบายดีดรฟารี
เจ้าสบายดีเอาเว้าเลยล่ะเด้อ
Hi good evening
Good evening.
Mr. Chairman Fred
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Bojan Saijantha and Jampi Saijantha. We vote versus Trump last time and early too. Early before go Minnesota, I go vote him too. And all family, my son-in-law, they all American. They take him too. They vote on Trump.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying they vote. Yeah.
The whole family vote for Trump.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. Thank you. That's encouraging.
My son is all American. Anywhere I go a meeting, he buy ticket for me by airplane.
His son-in-law bought
Dr.
a flight ticket
He know me.
to go with my campaign.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Before campaign is Republican. He is Colonel Sumner. Now he passed away.
Colonel
military.
Sumner just passed away. That's part of the
Yeah.
Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go too, then every time I vote Republican. Every time.
Good.
I serve Republican, okay?
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
We love.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much. God blessing Mr.
Amen.
President Trump, and God bless United States. We love freedom.
Amen. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, amen. I am from Laos. I never go back.
Mm-hmm.
So that
I
was
asked God come to look like killing fear, you know. I have 6 kids. All my kids in here, United States. Thank you, United States. I come with USCC, my sponsor. Then my husband, he is believe Catholic. Thank you very much, sir. Please take care our country so poor.
Yeah.
Somebody got killed a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Everybody know. Thank you, sir. Please help us.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. ขอบใจเด้อ บ๊ายบายเด้อ
Thank you. Bye bye.
บ๊ายบาย
Bye-bye.
Okay, her family is Republican. Okay, they vote for Republican.
Yeah.
Anyway, we might get more call coming. But anyway, let's talk about 2020 campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So we urge all Laotian people, who should vote for Republican Party, starting from the low, what you call it,
Yeah, lower offices, smaller,
offices or
down
upper.
ticket, down ticket.
down ticket to up
Yeah.
ticket, right?
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead. You want anything to say?
Oh, well, we need,
English?
sure, we need people to vote for Republicans at all levels, city councils, school boards, state of California, assembly and senate, and then of course, federal government, congressional seats, so all levels.
Sắp bài đi con này.
สบายดีครับแต่ว่ารายการดีแล้วต้องกำลังเป็นไข้เลย
Đây.
อันว่าได้บ่นี่นะ
Vào đây con này vào ภาษาอังกฤษตัวเด้อ
Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening.
My name is Thong Thamasat. And
Where are you calling from?
Virginia.
I'm glad to see you. The main problem that we have now is the communists. Communists took over Laos. We don't like it. We don't like communists.
Yeah.
So Dr. Fari is trying to reopen the Geneva Accord on Laos in 1962, 1973.
but very, very difficult. So maybe you have a way to help us to bring the Peace Corps back, because North Vietnamese, they never honor the accord. They try to take over Laos for many, many years. And now the North Vietnamese have troops in Laos. It control everything. Would you please help us talk to President Trump? The main thing that Lao people facing now, we are like in hell. No, nothing, no democracy, no, nothing. The communists destroy everything. North Vietnamese, they try to take over Laos. Without the United States, we have no hope. We are hopeless. Would you please talk to President Donald Trump about this? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good point. That's what I try to do. That's
Yeah.
what everybody tried to do. Try to raise the voice into the President Trump
Right.
in office, so she can hear. You have any idea?
I think you have the best chance. I mean, because you were with the CIA,
Yeah.
and I think that you have connections already that I just follow those through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. สบายดีจ้ะน้อง
สบายดีขนาดอาย
เจ้า
Hello Mr. Jasmine วันก็ขอเว้าเป็นภาษาลาวเนาะอย่าอายเนาะ
เล่าชื่อเพิ่นก็ได้
แปลให้แหน่เด้อขนาดเด้อก่อนอื่นก็ขอขอบใจที่ว่าเพิ่นสละเวลามาในรายการนะขนาดเนาะ
Say hi that you could be here tonight.
โดย
Oh, thank you. Great
ซอย
to
ประ
be
เทศ
here.
ซอยประเทศลาวขนาดนี้เด้อ
First help the Laos.
Mm-hmm.
คนลาวแท้ๆทุกอย่างแท้
The Lao people.
ๆประเทศลาวถูกโลกลืมละมหาอำนาจลืมลาวละ
What's that?
We have forgotten.
Oh,
We have been
thank
forgotten.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
หลังจากสิ้นสงครามเวียดนามวอร์ประเทศลาวอยู่ตามยถากรรมทั้งที่เป็นผู้รับผลกระทบแบบ
After Vietnam Wars ended, Laos become so homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ขณะชื่อว่าก้องจันทร์พุทธวงศ์ขณะมาจากเมืองลาวตั้งแต่ปี1976สเตย์อยู่ไทยแลนด์แคมป์10 ปีมาอเมริกาปี1986เป็นลูกทหาร
1976.
She came out.
She came up.
Okay.
Yeah,
76.
พ่อก็ตายในสงคราม
And her dad died in the war.
Oh. Boy, I'm so sorry. That's so hard.
ไปกันนั่นละมาแต่ประเทศจังหน่อยๆความผูกพันก็ยังมีขนาดเป็นห่วงประเทศชาติ อยู่ตามมีตามเกิดตามกรรมตามเวร
And she never forgot.
รัฐบาลก็บ่มีผู้ใดสนใจประชาชนคนลาวทุกอย่างปากมองหาบ่สิทำอยู่ทำกินก็บ่ได้ขอมหาอำนาจโปรดเมตตากรุณาประเทศชาติของขน่อยในทอนโปรดพวกขน่อยในโปรดประชาชนคนลาวในทอนขน่อยขอบใจหลายๆเนี่ยอ้าย Thank you Mr. มาให้กัน
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
If you join us more openly, and then the Laotian people get to know you good, know you well, they might open up and
Yeah.
talk more about it.
Right.
And so many of the Laotian people speak English, but sometimes they are afraid to talk.
Yeah.
They're afraid their accent, to shine.
Yeah. No, it's express yourself. I think that's so important.
สบายดีทานน้ำแข็ง
สบายดีดรพอดี
เจ้า
สบายดีนะเพิ่นมานั่งในหน้าจอเนาะขอบคุณขอบใจเพิ่นแน่
say hi
อันนี้
Oh, hi.
อย่างมีอย่างมีคำถามเพิ่นเรื่องที่ว่าเฮาสิจอยรีพับลิกันนี่และอยากให้เพิ่นประกาศออกว่าเฮาสิเฮ็ดวิธีใดข้อที่1เฮาสิเฮ็ดวิธีใดเพราะว่าคนหลายคนอยากจอยเข้าไปใน
I want you to tell people on the media here how do they join, how they become
Yeah. Is he from Fresno?
no Florida.
Oh, Florida. Oh. Well, you go to your local county party. Every state has county parties and state parties. So you just go find out what county you live in, and you could probably Google it, go online, and go to the meetings. Usually once a month there's a meeting with a local Republican party, and I think that'd be a good way. Republicans, I think in any state, Republicans want people to be more involved, people from all backgrounds, people from all countries, and I think he would be accepted. And I wouldn't hesitate to do that. I would call your local Republican Party in whatever county you're in.
Okay. เข้าใจไว้
น่าก็อยากถามล่าว่าเดี๋ยวนี้หันถ้าว่าคนลาวเฮาจอยในรีพับลิกันนี่อย่างต้นเดือนนี้รีพับลิกันสิมีแนวใดที่ว่าอยากซอยพวกเฮาคือบ้านเมืองของเฮาลูกหลานพ่อแม่อ้ายเอื้อน้องแล้วก็เจ้านายหรือว่าข้าราชการทหารผู้หลักผู้ใหญ่ได้แฮ้วกับได้ซอยกับอเมริกันตะกี้ก็เดี๋ยวนี้ก็เฒ่าแก่ไปหมดแล้วดมเสียหายตายนี้จากกันได้อยากถามแล้วว่าดาวคิดว่าสิซอยประเทศลาวนี่เฮาสิเฮ็ดแบบใด
Okay, question again. If we all Laotian people get together and as much as we can to help raise the voting for Republican, if we can vote more number for the Republican, that's Republicans gonna help us to get back our freedom.
Yeah, yes. I mean, if you elect President Trump, he will I believe help in Southeast Asia, Laos. I think he will help. I really do. And they again, people from all backgrounds need to run for office, lower offices, and like school boards and city councils, because those people eventually become state senators or congressmen. And America's a melting pot. We need people from all backgrounds. So I encourage people to run for office. And again, it's not that hard in smaller
แต่บ่
towns.
ต้องการอยากให้คนคันว่าง่ายๆซะว่าลาวคอมมิวนิตี้เฮาสาเพิ่นอยากให้คนลาวเฮานี่ลงเลือกตั้งหลายๆลงเลือกตั้งหลายๆแต่ว่าคันบ่มีคนลาวเฮาเขาเลือกตั้งนี่มันก็ลำบากเขาตามีคนเฮาอยู่ได้หั่นอยู่ในสภาหลายๆหั่นนะเลือกตั้งเป็น
I got a good friend right here in Fresno, Vong Manatua. I got to meet General Vang Pao at an event that Vong had. Vong Manatua joined our county party about 15 years ago. He was a member of our county party, and then he got involved in being on different boards in Clovis, California, and now he's a city councilman in Clovis, California. And so he's an example of somebody who came from, his parents came from that area, Laos, Hmong background, but it doesn't matter. He's somebody that understood that you need to get involved, and he's been involved, and it's taken a few years, but eventually he'll be the mayor of Clovis because they have a rotating system. So it's not that hard.
Is that the truth? Is that the truth that many Laotian people saying that if you're working for government, you can't running the politics, you can't talk about politics?
Yeah, that would be true, yes. But people who work or are already in the government, there's I think there's certain laws and certain guidelines that you have to follow. But if you're not in the government, if you're working outside government, you can run for anything.
So city council is not the government?
That would be. I think that's a good point. I think city council you can run for that and even be in the government. I'm not positive, but I think you have a little more freedom with school board or city council. But if you're running for Congress or something, that's a little different. I think there might be different guidelines, but.
เอาเชิญต่อตาน้ำแข็ง
อันบัดนี้อันเดี๋ยวนี้อันพวกข้าพเจ้านี้คนหนึ่งที่ว่าแนะนำอพยพเป็นลูกกำพร้ากำป้อยมาอาศัยอยู่ในสเตทอเมริกานี่ก็หลายปีพอสมควรแล้วแต่ในประเทศของเฮาประเทศลาวนั้นมันจะบ่เหลือหยังแล้วแต่ก็เจ้าฟ้ามหากษัตริย์หรือว่าประชาชนคนธรรมดาก็เวียดนามมาเทคโอเวอร์จีนมาเทคโอเวอร์หมดแล้วแต่เฮาสิวิธีใดแก้ไขเรื่องนี้
talking about Laos.
Yeah.
So everybody says same thing. So those people who calling us, they involved with this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I.
ก็อยากให้เพิ่นเดี๋ยวนี้พวกข่อยนี่กำพร้าพอยังบ่พอกำพร้าแผ่นดินอีกมาอาศัยเจ้าเป็นพอมาอาศัยแผ่นดินอเมริกานี่ก็อยากให้คนสหรัฐอเมริกานี่เบิ่งคนลาวว่าประเทศชาติบ้านเมืองหลงจมแนวนี้แล้วเพิ่นคิดจังไดเพิ่นเห็นอยู่บ่ว่าเมืองลาวเป็นจังไดเดี๋ยวนี้เพิ่นได้ฮู้อยู่บ่ถามเพิ่นแหน่
Okay, he lost homeland. Okay. And then without no government, and then he lived under of United States, and then he want to ask the United States, for supporting our campaign, and if it's possible or not.
If I want to make sure I understand, say it again though. So
He said he lost the homeland.
Yeah.
Okay, now he live in the United States. Okay, so for so many years.
Right.
So and he's still missing, he's still missing the country.
Right.
Still thinking about Laos, like a flashback.
Right.
Okay, and then he asked you that is possible United States would be able to help us.
Right.
Pretty much the same question.
Yeah. The United States, if we elect President Trump, he'll be strong, and we need to make sure that the treaties are followed, and I think that he will do that. I think that he can help.
Yeah.
So we need to get him back in office.
เอายังใส่ระบบเพิ่นยังย้ำคือเก่าอยู่ว่าเรื่องจะเอาที่ดำลาวเฮาขึ้นมานี่คันเฮาปะอันนั้นสัญญานี่มันพวกเฮาบ่มีหนทางโลด
ดาวอเมริกันฮู้อเมริกันนี่ฮู้เพิ่นฮู้อยู่ว่าเดี๋ยวนี้เวียดนามไชน่านี่take over ลาว
You want to know that many people know about Laos being taken over by Vietnam and China?
No, they don't. I think what you're doing in this program is very, very important because I don't think the American people know about it, and they need to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
บ่เพิ่นบ่ฮู้ได้เขาเจ้าบ่ฮู้ได้เขาก็ฮักฮู้ได้นี่แหละ
แน่เห็นบ่ล่ะอันนี้ล่ะเมื่อเรื่องคอมมิวนิสต์อยู่ในอเมริกานี่พวกข่อยก็อยากเป็นหุ้นส่วนโฮมแลนด์น้ำเจ้ากำจัดคอมมิวนิสต์อยู่ในอเมริกานี่ซอยกันเจ้าเห็นดีบ่หรือว่าเจ้าคิดจังได
The illegal activity around the United States.
Homeland Security report illegals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's we're facing the biggest illegal immigration problem we've ever had, I think, in our history, and people coming in from all over Middle Eastern countries too over our border. So I think our president is he's not going to give up, and I think he's going to build a wall. But we need border security. We need protection. So and the sex trafficking and drugs coming over. So there's a lot of things that go along with that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, เข้าใจบ่
โอเคจังได๋ก็ขอบมุกขอบใจเพิ่นเป็นพิเศษเพิ่นได้เข้ามานั่งในหน้าจออันนี้แม่นคน ที่ว่าฮักชาติฮักแผ่นดินต้องการชาติและมีประชาธิปไตยขอขอบมุกขอบใจในค่ำคืนมื้อนี้เพิ่นได้มาโอ้เอาล่มน้ำเฮาก็พิเศษก็ขอให้รีพับลิกันนี่ได้เป็นรัฐบาลอีกเทอมหนึงก็พวกเฮาก็สาธุย่อมือแล้วเนาะ
governments again.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be associated with all of you, and the pain that you went through, the killing and losing family members. We're just proud that you're here, and we will try to work together on fixing this problem.
มีไปจากโตเข้ามาอีกเนาะเพราะว่าเวลาเขา
โอ
ยัง
เคครับเอาบาย
ขอบใจหลายๆท่านน้ำแทงโอเคเพิ่นออกมานี่ก็คือเฮาเข้าใจแหละพี่น้องคือข้าพเจ้าไปแคมเปญมา 2-3 ครั้งแต่มันรับไปแคมเปญเพื่ออยากเลือกตั้ง President Trump แล้วก็พรรค Republican อยากให้เพิ่นได้ win election อีกในปี 2020 สบายดีท่านmonitor เอาเสียงทีวีลงเด้อท่านเด้อวันนี้เขามีแขกพิเศษมากเอาเสียงทีวีเอาเสียงทีวีลงละลายเด้อลงให้มันเบิดเด้อ because he should turn the volume down.
Oh.
So on his TV, so if he turn it high, he can't hear.
So these callers are from all over the country.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah.
From
different
Laos,
states.
everywhere.
Laos too?
France, yeah.
You said that, but I guess it didn't.
Yeah, China, all over.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, around the world.
Goodness.
Yeah, so it's good to have speech, for the election in 2020.
Right. Yeah.
So to get people, Laotian people is really slow and understanding
Okay.
the politics
Right.
parts. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you kept saying like you come out here and
Yeah.
talk to them, and they will get people together.
Okay. Good.
It's better than I speak for you or
Yeah.
anybody else speak because
Yeah.
they trust.
Right.
You more than us.
Okay.
Okay, so it's good
Right.
to come out and do the campaign together.
Yeah.
Once in a while, come out and talk to them, so make them comfortable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'm willing to do it anytime you want.
Okay.
This is so important. It's heartbreaking to hear, people that have lost so much, and still have the memories.
Mhm.
It's just communism is evil.
It's Sabai day.
Hello. Yes, is it Dr. Farley?
Yes.
How are you doing tonight, Dr. Farley? How are you doing tonight, Mr. Chairman?
Fine.
Fine.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
Thanks for calling.
Hi, yes. I had a question. So I know Donald Trump, he has a policy, America comes first. So if we elect him in 2020, does he have any policies that go towards international other countries such as in Asia, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand? Because I understand that he has a policy of America comes first. So I was a little bit confused.
Well, I think the way to answer that is that we have to have a strong country ourselves. Remember, we're fighting socialists in this country. We're fighting essentially communists in this country. But we have to have a strong country ourselves in order to influence and help other countries. President Trump is going to Vietnam next week.
Yes.
Next week, and he's meeting with the Premier of China, I believe.
Yes.
And so we are, as a country, we're very concerned about China wanting to take over Taiwan again and having bases in the South China Sea, I think it is, out in the middle of the ocean. We're very concerned. We get blamed for collusion with Russia, but actually we should be more concerned about China. China's a lot bigger than Russia, and
Absolutely.
so we're concerned about this whole area over there in Asia. So I think President Trump is very concerned about everything going on And I think that, Farley, what you're doing is extremely important to you being with the CIA in the past. I think your influence is great. And so if we get President Trump reelected, I think there's a very good chance that he and the State Department, it's like a puzzle. There's all these pieces that are fitting together in Southeast Asia and in China. So we need to be strong, and one way to be strong is to make sure that these treaties are obeyed by Vietnam.
Sure, and the treaties that we're talking about, Dr. Farley, he always mentions 1973, 1962, 1954. We know that there's people in the United States that know about it, but how about the president himself or members of his party? Do they have an understanding of those treaties that have been violated, or is it something that we need to bring up to him, or something that we need to bring up to his concern before he goes to Vietnam next week?
I can't speak for the State Department, and I don't know what their information is, but I do know that, Dr. Farley, I know that it's your heart to keep speaking. I think you have a better opportunity to talk to the State Department, and you will.
Right.
So
right. I'm start writing up the proposal about about to bring back the accord and treaty. I spoke it loud last night, which is so sad for me, and then many caller, many watcher is crying, and myself as well.
yeah.
Because we start losing hope. Okay, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we just sadness sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have hope. Hope.
Yeah.
So.
And to answer your question again,
right.
To answer your question partially, look at Venezuela. Venezuela and South America. The President Trump is getting involved in that. We're supporting the man who's running for president, who's wants freedom. We're not supporting the Maduro, who is communist. So we're supporting other countries around the globe, around the world, that want freedom, the Middle East and so forth. So, the President Trump, our Republican Party, wants to help, and I believe will help in Southeast Asia, because Asia is the biggest problem of all in the future, because China is so big.
Yeah.
So our people in Washington D.C., our Republicans know that, but again, we're fighting. We're being opposed by Democrats in Congress who don't see the world the same way we do. And
absolutely, I understand that, and I understand that if Donald Trump, if his border walls gets built or approved by Congress or the House or whatever they're voting for right now, I understand if the wall is built, he will win 2020, and
yes.
That's why the Democrats are trying to do as whatever they can to for him not to continue his ideas of building the wall, and I understand that.
Right. That's true.
I tried a way how to get in the door, to talk to President Trump in person in the future. Hopefully.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what we need, because there are many different talk shows on Malamar or whatever like that, different Laotian talk shows that just talks about the problem. But yes, everybody, we know about the problem, but is there a resolution to that? Is there an action plan that goes along with that? And if we don't have that, then I guess that we're just going to be talking on TV just for another 20 years.
Right. You see what I did?
Yes.
Campaign just last weekend. So and
yes.
then they call us to set up another one again, like I said last night. So number one is we need to get together. We need to gather the people, the Lao people, to understand the situation what we're running to. So we're not just asking, but we have to get together.
Right.
To get stronger in the voice.
And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, he would be really just as important to speak to as a president. So because he is the one that has to study everything,
Right.
and then he tells the president.
All right, Mr. Chairman. All right, Dr. Farley. Have a good evening.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, he's speaking in English. That's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So I try to do myself. So I try to get the voice to the House.
Yeah.
So the Republican Party, the whole Republican Party,
Right.
can understand.
Right.
Like you said, nobody knows about Laos
Right,
being
they
taken
don't.
over by China
Yeah.
or by Vietnam
No one knows.
until today.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
So same
Right.
thing. So for the last 40-some years, when I went to the D.C. last year, and I talked to the high staff officers there
Right.
too, 6-7 different offices.
Yeah.
They said they don't know.
Yeah. That's right. So what you're doing is
Excuse me.
affecting.
สบายดี
สบายดีสบายดีดร. Pali
แล้วสบายดีกัน
สบายดีดร. Pali and สบายดี Mr. Chairman
Yes.
Fred
Yes. Thank you.
อยากถามที่ว่าหมู่ถามเข้ามาหลายๆคนเนาะแต่ก็ถามก็ถูกต้องเมื่อที่ว่าหมู่ถามนั่นคนเองก็สิได้ถามกับท่านใกล้ๆเนี่ยเนาะ
Sir, you want to ask this question?
แต่คนเองMr. Chairmanคนเองไม่เจอปราณุนซี
He's
Hey, Raider.
he's a moderator.
Khorsabadi, Dr. Chairman and Dr. Party.
Like
ขอความเข้าใจน้ำดร. Mr. Chairman ที่ได้ออกมานั่ง
Okay.
เห็นหน้าให้เอาเห็นหน้าเห็นตาเอาเห็นหน้าเห็นตาอยู่ในสถานีของทานข้าวนี่นะขอความเข้าใจน้ำเพิ่นหลาย
Thank you so much for you to be here tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Great.
ส่วนมุงกองไอ้น้องที่ทางเขามาก็ได้หลายขอความเนาะคือ
Where's he from?
ทาง
Washington
เขาว่า
State.
อันนั้นจะถามว่าเขาพูดเลยว่ามิสเตอร์เจมันนี่จะให้เขาเข้าไปอยู่ในรีพับลิกันนี่หลายที่สุด
นั่นแหละนั่นแหละ
แต่คนเองเลยเขาไปอยู่ในพับลิกันนี่ตั้งแต่79คนละ
He's
จนเท่าของเรื่องนี้
Republican since 1979.
เลือกตั้งแต่ว่าโหวตคนไหนก็เขาก็ได้เอาแต่ในรีพับลิกันนี้
Always
เอาแต่ว่าคือทานผู้คนถามว่าเขาเข้าไปอยู่ใน
Tell
พั
him
บ
I
ลิ
went to
กัน
college
แล้ว
in
นะ
Seattle.
เขาเห็นอะไรจังที่ว่าเขาหูว่าอยู่ในพับลิกัน
โอเคเพิ่นเข้า college อยู่ Seattle เป็นคนSeattle เลย Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
เชิญเลยต่อเลย
แต่แล้วเลือกตั้งอย่างต่างๆกันคนเองเลยมันเลือกเอารีพับลิกันนี้ทุกเทื่อที่มันเลือกนายกหรือว่าเลือกกันgovernor ก็มันเอาในพับลิกันนี้นะแล้วก็นี่ก็มีแต่จากห้องขอยอมือนำมันพักหรือว่าอเมริกาเนาะอยากให้เอาตรงแย่งคนพวกเขานี้คนลาวนี้มดทุกลาวในอุปนิยม
United States to
แต่การในการต่อสู้ต่อว่า
support
เอาว่าทางเรื่องนี่นะก็จะของเขาจะมือน้ำเพิ่นนะให้เบิ่งแย่งพวกเขาข้อเพิ่นจะเบิ่งไหมแต่เขาก็จะเคยรู้ว่าพวกเขานี่จะให้เพิ่นรู้ว่าต่อสู้ต่อว่าเอาบ้านเอาเมืองบ้านเมืองของเขา
we want the United States
แต่ละมือแต่ละเทื่อในพรรคของพวกเขานี้ที่เป็นพรรครีแกนพรรคนี้หรือว่าพรรคดิโมแครซีพรรคนี้ก็ตามอยากให้เพิ่นกันเบิ่งแย่งพวกเขานี้หรือว่าจะให้เพิ่นนั่นฮู้
ว่าพวกเขานี่อันต่อสู้ตัวว่าเอาบ้านเอาเมืองเขานี่นะ
They want the United States to be recognized.
แต่ในครอบครัวของขน้อยเองนี่เบิด
The Laotian people to be recognized by the United States.
ทั้งลูกทั้งเต้า
They do need to be.
นี่ก็เป็นโอ้ย้ำไรเนี่ยเป็นเอาที่พักวิเชนนี่แล้วก็เขาก็บอกว่า
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
เรื่องตั้งกับคนเองมากเลยอเมริกาตั้งแต่79แล้วก็ไล่ซิติเซนแล้วก็มาเลือกตั้งมาปี1980เริ่มเขามาก็เป็นเลือกเอาพรรครีพับลิกันเนี่ยเขาก็บอกจักว่าพรรคไหนจะว่าพรรคทหารว่าซั่นก็สิอยู่ในนี่นะ
He liked Republican because he
แต่ทั้งลูกทั้งเมียหรือยังก็
Good.
เป็นเอาในพรรคนี้ในพรรคเดียวนี่ก็นี่คือในวอชิงตันสเตทนี่แม่นพรรคดิโมคราซีนี่หลายกว่าหมู่จากพับลิกันตอนนี้เพิ่นว่าเขาอยู่ในพับลิกันแล้ว
He's
เขา
what?
เป็นยังว่าเลยถ้าเขาเจ้าสิเป็นอยู่บ่ดูแนวไหน
Pretty liberal.
นี่นะคนเราก็สนใจเรื่องนี้แหละเพิ่นว่าเอาแต่ไหนมาเขาก็ต้องเลือกเอาอยู่ในพับลิกันนี้แต่มีแต่ว่าคนไหนเองต้องขอย่อมือนำผู้ใหญ่
is begging for
ขอ
the
ให้เพิ่นฮู้จักว่าพวกเฮานี่
top person that is
อัน
watching
ต่อ
us.
สู้ต่อว่าเอาวัดเอาเมืองเขานี่นะแต่ให้เพิ่นรู้จักเท่านั้น
Mhm.
แต่ขอห้องขอจังเว้ยเพิ่นช่วยในด้านจิตใจบ่เพิ่นช่วยในด้านใดก็เฮาก็ยังดีใจแล้ว
Mhm.
แต่พอผมขอบใจในคืนมื้อนี้ดรปรีขอขอบใจหลายแล้วก็Mr. Chairman thank you so much
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Mr. Chairman have a good night okay bye
Good night.
Okay, good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, you have anything to say?
What's that?
Do you have anything to say?
I didn't catch everything he said. So
Well, he a big supporter in Republican.
yeah.
Yeah, he came to the United States in 1979,
Okay.
and he joined Republican parties
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. That's
So-
fantastic.
Mhm.
So he understands our system. I think if he's been a Republican that long. So
He been he been working with Americans in Laos,
okay.
you know, until the last minute, till the last day.
Okay.
So he loved
Yeah.
Republicans so much.
Oh.
So when he came to the United States, he joined Republican right away.
Right.
Doesn't matter who, he doesn't know who, but
Right.
he just since a Republican,
Yeah.
he just
Yeah.
check mark.
Right. That's great. Well, the Republican Party started in 1854 because over slavery, and that's it's we have something similar now in this country with communism, but we started in because of the slavery issue. Abraham Lincoln was the first president. Republican president.
Yeah, สบายดีสันเด้อเอาเซิร์ชได้ยินบ่คันบ่เว้าแล้วสิได้ปิดเนาะได้ยินบ่
Hello
ได้ยินบ่
Hello
Hello.
Hello ได้ยินอยู่เว้าโลด
Okay good evening Dr. Pari
Good evening
good evening Mr. Chairman
Good evening. Thank you for calling.
can I ask American government
Sure.
can I ask the American government to push
บอกไปทันบอกไป
Can I ask the American government to party? Can you to push Vietnam soldier
Okay
of Laos country?
Okay
I need Laos to be independent.
Mhm
I don't need the China or Vietnam to control Laos. Whatever you can help us.
Okay before they can
Can you give me
help
answer?
before they can help us we have to help them too we have to get together get the Laotian people together เอาคนลาวเข้ารวมกันให้หลายๆให้มาเลือกเอาเป็นRepublican มาเลือกเอาพรรค Republican ที่ข้าพเจ้า
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bye-bye.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
All right so we have 15 more minutes
Okay.
to go. So, basically, what we talk every day here,
Mhm.
talk about freedom and democracy for Laos.
Mhm.
Okay, every day, since last 3 years. Okay, so it's non-conflict
Mhm.
and it's non-violent.
Mhm.
So my show, I have to wear uniform every day.
Okay, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
there.
right. Okay.
Sometimes green one, sometimes it's different colors.
Okay.
So I had this station since 2015,
Okay.
and every single days, Monday to Friday.
Mhm.
So I do the show here. So to raise the voice of the Laotian people, to raise the Laotian people's voice
Mhm.
Against the communists.
Yeah.
So
That's wonderful. Every day.
every day. Hello, สบายดี
Hello, สบายดี
สบายดี
ดรพาลีไซยแสนแล้วก็ขอสบายดีท่านมิสเตอร์เชอร์แมน
Yeah. Hello.
ฮัลโหลมื้อนี้ขอแสดงความดีใจให้ดรพาลีแปลไปเลยเด้อ
Yeah, he's
มื้อนี้ขอแสดงความดีใจ
here to be here.
Oh.
นำมิสเตอร์เชอร์แมนพรรคRepublican Party ที่ได้มานั่งในหน้าทีวีของ3เหล่าทหารกล้า
Pleased that you to sit here tonight.
Oh, it's an honor for me to be here. Thank you for having me, and it's an honor to talk to you.
ข้าพเจ้าคือบูโซน
His name
อดีต
Buzon.
ทหารเก่า
Was he-
His name Buzon
ของกองทัพแห่งชาติ
from Minnesota.
Yeah.
มื้อนี้ก็ดีใจหลาย
He's a veteran.
Okay. Oh, a veteran.
ที่ท่านมิสเตอร์เชอร์แมนได้มานั่งในทีวีนี่เป็นดีใจที่สุด
He's very happy and proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
ที่บ่เคยเห็นพรรคRepublican มานั่งอยู่ในหน้าทีวีของ3เหล่าทหารกล้า
Oh. Well, we need each other. We need each other.
เมื่อนี้ข้าพเจ้ากาตกมาอยู่ในอเมริกานี่กาแต่ปี1980แล้วก็เคยสนับสนุนพรรคRepublicanมาแต่ได้ซิติเซนพุ่น1987
1980.
ได้ซิติเซนพุ่น
And you support
แม่นสนับสนุนพรรคRepublican บ่ได้ปะ
Republican.
สุดใดก็แม่นบ่ได้ปะ
Thank you.
ถ้ามีการเลือกตั้งเอาPresident หรือว่าเอาผู้แทนประจำรัฐนี่
So he voted for Ronald Reagan then. President Reagan was 1980. That's good. He was a good man too.
ออกภาษาอังกฤษนะเพิ่นได้แม่
และต่อไปนี้ข้าพเจ้าก็มีหมู่เพื่อนและมีลูกมีหลานที่ว่าได้รับที่พิเศษแล้วข้าพเจ้าก็จะคอยเบิ่ง
Well,
ในอนาคตต่อไป
well, make them vote
อย่าบ่ลืมพรรคเรือพาบิกันเพราะพรรคเรือพาบิกันเนี่ยจะคิดว่าเข้มแข็งในการต่อสู้
because he think the Republicans
เพื่อ
strong
เอาประชาธิปไตย
and then
ให้ประเทศต่างๆอยู่ในโล
be
ก
able to help
Yeah.
support Laos
Right.
to become democracy.
Yeah. President.
That's TV is volume 2.
Oh.
และโดยเฉพาะแล้วข้าพเจ้าขอฝากความหวังไว้
He listened to
กับ
his
ทาน
Oh. Oh.
มิสเตอร์เชอร์แมนที่ว่าได้มานำในวันนี้เพื่อว่าให้ช่วยเหลือค้ำสู้ประเทศลาวของเราได้มีการเปลี่ยนแปลงระบอบประชาธิปไตยในอนาคตใกล้ๆนี้ขอขอบใจ
He asked
ขอขอบใจ
our committee team.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I definitely support you, and I'm so honored to be here.
ไปแล้วบอกจังบอกไปแล้วบอกจังบอก Okay, he hung up already.
Okay.
He's gonna beg his family and friends,
Okay.
okay, to vote for Republican.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. Maybe you do this once every week or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So to bring the
Sure.
Laotian people,
Yeah.
to make the people to make the Laotian people to understanding,
Yeah.
you know, which party is stronger
Yeah.
than which one.
Right. Well, President Trump has spent quite a bit of money in rebuilding our military. We had 500 or 600 ships under President Reagan. Was it 30 years ago? And now I think we're down to like 200 or 300 now, about half as much. So he's starting to rebuild it. So Democrats want to have a smaller military. We want to have bigger. Because,
Right.
Not that we're looking to fight in a war, but we just know that if you have a peace through strength, you know, and if you have a strong military, then countries aren't as likely to attack. But so.
Well, we all Laotian people worry about the safety.
Yeah.
Even we are minority, but we still care so much about freedom of America.
Yeah.
Okay, we protect America.
Right.
Most Asian people, especially Laotian people, are ready to sacrifice to
Yeah.
protect America freedom.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter old or young.
Right.
So many old person on the call right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they're ready. You know, if United States want them to go fight with the terrorists, fight with the communists,
Right.
fight to enemy,
Yeah.
they're willing to go.
Wow. It's amazing.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how much they care about
Yeah.
United States.
Right.
So the United States took them here and
Yeah.
gave everything to them already,
Mm-hmm.
and they're ready to pay back.
Right. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. We are in this together. Communism around the world, and with this situation in Laos, Southeast Asia, I'm all for whatever we can do in this country, in this Republican Party, to defend and support you.
Thank you. Alright มีไปอยากโตเข้ามาบ่เนาะพอเวลาเฮาหมดแล้วเด้อถ้าบ่สั้นข้าพเจ้าเองก็จะขอลาพี่น้องเฮาไปนะครับคืนมื้อนี้เนาะมื้อนี้ก็แม่นthank you Mr. Chairman to being here tonight.
Thank you.
So hopefully we'll see you again
Sure.
Upcoming week or
Yeah,
the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I thought we have a meeting on the 11th
Right. At our
Okay.
Yes.
in the office.
It's another location.
Another
I'll
location.
give you that.
Can
Right.
you text me
Yeah.
where it's going to be held at?
Sure.
Okay. So before we leave, can you talk to media?
Sure. Well, thank you. This has been quite an honor for the last 2 hours to talk to people all over the United States and even in other countries. And thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me explain about the Republican Party. We are in this together. We're fighting communism all over the world, and I think the most important part of the world is Asia, because there's China is so strong. So I want to do all I can, and I know you want to do all you can to get President Trump reelected. And we don't just elect one man, the president, but he has a whole team, and this team is very important. Mike Pompeo is the Secretary of State, and he's very, very crucial. He's a very good man, and I think that he cares about what is going on in Laos. And so I think if he is, President Trump doesn't only get reelected, but his team follows him. If President Trump loses, then Mike Pompeo has to get another job. So we need to get his team back in there in the White House. And so I thank you. Thank you for your votes. Thank you for your support. And thank you for, in the 1960s and 70s, for defending us and saving the lives of many American soldiers and pilots. And we are honored. I'm honored to have been a teacher for 32 years and have so many Southeast Asians in my classroom. I've heard the stories. And I know the price that you have all paid, a very high price. And I thank you for coming to America. And it's time for us to continue to support and defend you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me speak on behalf of our freedom. Before we ask for our freedom, we have to support the Republican Party. So they understand our situation. They understand what we've been through in the past and now and the future. So number one is we need to get together. All Laotian people in the United States need to get together, become one party, and support Republican Party. Select person who will help Lao people. Select someone who understands about Lao. Select someone that's willing to help Laos. Right, Mr. Chairman?
That's right, yeah.
There are so many of the Republican people still running for election.
Right.
But we need to know which one that understand our situation.
Right.
So I'll let you know it's state. I will let you know it's the city who you should vote for. So anyway, and thank you so much for listening today, and thank you so much for watching us today. Me and Mr. Chairman will close, and then we'll talk to you again either maybe Thursday or Friday next week. So, and have a good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Well, that was quite a